Okay, today we're going to have a conversation. Excuse me, let me get my stuff together. We're going to have a conversation about being in a relationship and still doing single stuff. Um, Everybody understands single stuff, going out all the time, being in front of your friends all the time, that type of single stuff. When you're talking to somebody, getting to know them before you get into the relationship, that's a pivotal moment. Like, you're getting to know somebody, you're building or trying to build something with them so that you guys can work together and be together. Um, and then when you get into that relationship, you have to still make time for each other. That's what people mean when you see people get upset. Like, in the beginning, it was like this, but now it's not so much like that anymore. It's like this. That's what that means. Um, when you first start talking to someone, people tend to make a lot of time for them. They cut out a lot of the friend thing. They cut out a lot of the going out. And that's supposed to happen because you're supposed to get to know each other. But after you get to know each other and you're together and you decide that, okay, I want to date this, I want to be this person's girlfriend or boyfriend, you still have to make that time for that person. You still have to set aside that time for the person you're with. You can't just be with somebody and be with your friends or have your friends around all the time. Because I personally didn't sign on to date you and them. I signed on to date you. And, me and them might get cool, but that's the extent of it. I don't want to, every time I look up, here they come. And you shouldn't want to, every time you look up, here comes my girls. I don't think it's a bad thing hanging out with your friends. I just believe that you have to still be willing to set aside some time for the person that you're with after the initial getting to know each other stage, when you get into that relationship. Now, the friendship thing, with your friends. Hanging with your friends is not a bad idea, and I know a lot of people feel like, well, my friends are going to be here regardless. They are. They will be there regardless. Your friends are going to hold you down no matter what. But the point is, if you build that type of relationship and foundation with somebody else, they'll be here regardless too. And at the end of the day, you don't go home alone, or you don't end up not having somebody to cuddle with on days you need it, or whatever the case may be. That companionship you still have, A relationship first is building a friendship. So your friends might be there and they might have been there for X amount of years, but this girl or this man that you're dating, that you go with, that's your boyfriend or your girlfriend, is going to be there too. Because you've built that type of relationship. You respect her, she respects you. You know her well, she knows you well. She knows that Thursday is cupcake day, y'all make cupcakes or whatever it is y'all do. And she knows that Fridays or every other Saturday or whatever is the day for you and the guys. Or she knows that some days through the week such and such might come over to play the game, or you going here to watch the game. And then with her, you know that Monday is her Ratchet reality show day. That's my day. So she going to be watching reality TV on Twitter or over one of her friends' house. So I think that you have to build a healthy time. You can't continue to do the single stuff. I mean, going out to clubs and stuff is fine. That's not a problem. But not doing it all the time. When you're in a relationship, that type of stuff has to cut out, because when you were single, you knew what was in the clubs. And I'm sure you know what you haven't forgot what's in the clubs once you get with somebody. You don't forget what's there. So you don't need that. You don't need to be there because you're no longer looking for that activity, or at least you shouldn't be if you're dating with purpose. Once again, you're dating with purpose, then you shouldn't be looking for that activity. You don't need that activity. I just think that more people should take each other seriously, because as I stated in my last video, I feel that time is an investment. And if I'm investing my time in you and I'm giving you quality time, I'm making an investment in us and what I believe is going to be built and what I believe is going to go to the next level, and so on and so forth. And if I'm doing that, I don't want you to waste my time, because I can't get my time back. I can't just, pray to God like, yo, God, I wasted 6 months talking to this dude and now we not rocking. So I need you to rewind and put me back where I was. It don't work like that, because no matter what, if I start talking to you when I'm 23 and we don't make it and I'm 24, I've lost 23. 23 is gone. So now all I have to do is work from 24 on up. When I could have found somebody at 23 that was willing to do more for me than what you did. You see what I'm saying? That time is an investment, and in that time, nobody likes for their time to be wasted. I just wouldn't. I just don't. And I know a lot of other people feel the same way. So I think once you start dating somebody, and in the back of your mind, you're like, wow, I can see myself with this girl for the next year. And after that next year, you're like, dang, I can see myself with this girl for the next year. Then at that point, that means once you decide that, or I can see myself with this man. Once you decide that, that means you need to cut out the BS on your side, and then you won't have such a problem saying something to them about the BS that's on theirs. It's just taking things more seriously, and relationships shouldn't be taken that lightly. I don't think, just because, like I said, it's somebody's time. Have to be more considerate of other people and their time. But that's really all I had to say today.